Hello, boys. How's it going, everybody? This is Dicebag, artist, game designer, world builder, and occasional Vtuber. And we got some work to do today.
Oidomo56 says, Gongaga.
Well, hello, DJ Domo. How's it going? Odyssey's getting real busy over there, isn't it? We keep getting new people over on Odyssey coming by to chat. How's it going? I think I said that before, but that's alright. We'll repeat ourselves. We got some work to do with this guy. My assistant got all the line work done and I put on his table, so now we gotta color it. And that's gonna be the main thrust of everything tonight. But yeah, a couple things to finish the coloring for. Probably won't even take me the whole time. So we'll see what we do after that. Just gotta make a few adjustments to the line art here, and then we can start doing our thing. Let's see, what else was there? Yeah, let's thicken the line weight up here a little bit. Alright. This is looking a little off too. Let's do some alterations here. So today we'll be finishing up pretty much all of the basic stuff involving the Sallow King and his little buddies. And maybe we'll do like last time and write some lore that I've been slacking on. Or maybe we'll play games. I don't know. I've been feeling in a gaming mood recently. In fact, I've been revisiting quite a few games that I put on hold because I was getting a little bored with them. But at this point, they've kind of had a lot of updates, so I'm kind of availing myself of all the new stuff before I probably get bored of it again. I totally thought I'd be working overtime this week because things are starting to pile up at work, but...
Cat with a mouse says,
Oh, hello.
I've had a rough few days. Major pain flare UPS and a possible sinus headache. Woof.
Ooh. Yeah, that sucks, Cat. Sorry to hear that. I guess it's probably for the best that we didn't get a session going for this week in that case. But how's it going otherwise? As I was saying, I've been doing a lot of gaming to kind of take my mind off of things recently. In a spot with Crytures where it's kind of like I'm not exactly sure where to put my focus or what to do with the things that need to be done exactly. I kind of need a little bit of refresher and something to ease the mind.
Cat with a Mouse says. Otherwise, been okay-ish. Considering a dive back into more Pokemon and DS emulation.
Ah, I see. I've definitely been having the hankering excuse me. I've been having the hankering to get into some Pokemon-like games of my own. Oh great, the hiccups are coming. I was looking for some mobile game. Okay. I can't speak without the hiccups. I can feel it lurking. There it is. There's another one. Alright, whatever. I guess that's just gonna be a feature this stream. But yeah, I was looking for some mobile games to dick around with on my phone.
Says, I know that feeling.
Specifically Pokemon-like games, or just monster collecting ones in general, and let me tell you, there's like not much to choose from these days, it seems like. Seems like there used to be a decent chunk of playable mobile games out there, but they all just kind of look the same nowadays. Or they just look bad. I picked up one called Nexomon that I've been trying to play. And there's just something weird about it that I can't... It's hard to like put your finger on exactly. It's very much a Pokemon clone, but it has freaking the touchscreen controls, and I freaking hate that. I hate trying to do directional movement with a touchscreen. So annoying just trying to point your character in a certain direction and trying to click on something. And the creature designs are freaking weird. Creatures look better than Nexomon, I will say that. Alright, coloring time. In fact, let's see if I can get a picture of one of these things. Site can't be reached. Okay, that's great. Oh, there it is. This is probably the most goofy-ass Nexomon I've seen. Look at this thing. What is this supposed to be? Can you tell me?
Cat with a Mouse says, I know of a Pokemon-like game called Card Me. Designs look pretty good.
Card Me? Not heard of that one. Freaking, what is this? It's got like a weirdo wolf body here, like an exaggerated wolf body. And then this?
Cat with a Mouse
what
says,
is this head?
Looks like if a mutt mated with a pigeon.
You know, I thought maybe this was a beak or something, but upon closer inspection, you can clearly see that it's a mouth with a little tongue in there. I don't know what they were thinking. But yeah, I've been dicking around on that while trying to fall asleep every night. Making little bits of progress through the quote-unquote story. The worst part about it is probably that there's this little cat dude character in it that just follows you around everywhere. And like his entire character is to be snarky and make jokes about all the tropes. So anytime you see a trope being employed, he has to make some kind of snarky comment about it. And just generally be annoying. And I don't know why there's a cat man in the game. He does not appear to be a Nexomon.
Cat with a mouse says, a Deadpool meowth. Sounds like torture.
Yeah, I guess he kind of is a meowth. Yeah. I do not like him. Sam I am. We do not like your snarky cat man. I wonder, is this... Okay, the time lapse is not being recorded. Let's get some contrast in here so I can see the gaps a little better. Actually, that's probably a really bad color to use. Whoops. Wrong color again on my end. I was saying before you came in, I thought I'd be working overtime this week, but Friday afternoon, I got a text message saying that one of the guys on my shift was calling in, and the other guy I work with, I was going to be there, was going to show up late. So our supervisor said, just don't come in. We can't have one guy in the factory alone running heavy machinery by himself for several hours. That's not gonna fly. So yeah. I had a night off that I did not expect.
Cat with a mouse says, sweet pea Grinch looking ass. Must have just regrown that lower right arm.
Yeah, he does look like the Grinch. That's a good comparison. He's green, he's mean. He is the Grinch. You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. You really are a heel. You're as cuddly as a cactus, you're as charming as an eel, Mr. Grinch. That's a fun one to sing just because of how low it naturally is. Don't usually see too many songs that are written in my actual range of singing. But The Grinch, that's one of them. Let's see, I think I used blue to shade this guy before. Yeah. There we go.
Cat with a Mouse says, still amazed that Mr. Grinch was sung by Tony the Tiger.
I'd say that's pretty fitting. Mr. Grinch, you're not great. Should have just thrown that one in there.
Cat with a Mouse says, that would have been blooper material.
Bloopers. Whatever happened to bloopers? It seems like nobody does those anymore. Except maybe like YouTubers occasionally. Hardly ever see. Can't remember the last time I seen a blooper reel. Also, very goofy term, blooper.
Through the shadows we tread with care.
Cat with a Mouse says, gotta get those special edition Blu-ray movies and TV series collections.
Yeah, I suppose so. Which also are on the decline. Everybody watches things on streaming services now. That's probably why I haven't seen such a thing. I do not have any streaming services.
In the abyss, our courage is found. Light the torches, we'll find our way.
I was trying to find some old cartoons to watch though. There was one I remembered from Cartoon Network, or at least one that I saw on Cartoon Network as a kid. It was the Centurions. But it took me forever to figure out what that show was called because it literally has nothing to do with the actual thing that happens. It's just a name for the guys. Apparently it's a lot older than I thought it was. And it shows. Basically just some dudes with like specialized power armors that they swap out and fight evil bad guys with. That's definitely one of those "this was made to sell toys" things.
Cat with a Mouse says, the main streamer service I use is called Tubi. Free to stream, make a profile, generate a watch list / library.
I've heard about that one. Don't really know anything about it. If it's free, I assume there's like ads and shit. Which is something that I frankly get enough of as it is. It really is ironic that people, one of the main things that got streaming as big as it is because it didn't have ads. And now they want to put ads back into it at every opportunity. Like damn near everything else in the world. We've got a product that people like and it's destroying the competition. What can we do to make it better? Put ads in it.
A few, but nothing too long. Ad breaks are at most 2 minutes long.
That sounds like too long to me. I hear YouTube's done some bullshit that because of ads recently, or ad blockers specifically. Apparently all the YouTubers are now upset because everyone who uses ad blocks to watch their content is now not being counted as a view. Be real nice if one of these YouTube competitors could get their shit together. That might be asking too much. Odyssey's been trying though. I keep seeing Odyssey pop up randomly on Twitter anytime somebody complains about YouTube. Bless their hearts. I hope they get their whole like reward system back online. Because when it started out, it was like very crypto based, and they had a specific crypto token that would be distributed based on like the views you get and shit. And that was used to like rank the content in the search and on the home page, which still functions, but they don't seem to be like actually distributing the currency anymore because of some legal garbage that the government slapped on them. The parent company basically got knocked out of business, so they had to go into something else. But Odyssey seems to be getting a little more traffic than it has been, so something must be working. And again, part of that's just because I have enough tokens from the previous way they did things that I can just slap my whole thing on the latest string and like it gets it on the front page in the art category. Not a lot of competition at the moment. Well, at least last time I checked. I haven't actually checked if my stuff's on the front page anymore, but over the course of like a week, they're usually getting like over 100 views, so I suppose since that's more than my content gets anywhere else, that it must still be the case that it's making it to the front page. If only there was a bigger audience on that place. Ah! Oh well. I dropped the cap on my freaking root beer bottle. Hopefully I don't knock it over. You know what? I'm not really sold on this shadow right here. I think we need to make that a highlight.
Cat with a Mouse says, maybe try targeting the older Pokemon fans, like the fan game creators do, so that they can bring their kids into it.
Yeah. The main question though is how to go about just doing that. It's easy to say you want to target something, but actually coming up with all the right strategies and verbiage is the tricky part. I've been following more Pokemon based accounts all over on Twitter. And there's a decent amount of discussion happening. Gives me some things to post about. Also, we were talking about Power last time, and last night, since I had a bunch of time on my hands, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna play video games with my extra day off. What should I play? Oh wait, I haven't played Pow World in a while. I played that pretty much all night. Actually had some good fun with it. It seems like they've upped the ability to kind of make everything autonomous in your bases. So that was nice. I got a big mining operation going now. Got a PAL sphere assembly line. Unfortunately, you still have to, like, tell your guys all the things that you need them to make. They need to add, like, a perpetual crafting thing to PAL World that just tells them, like, keep making this as long as you have resources to make them. That would make it a lot easier. They did add an option to have your pals just transport anything that's made into a container after they're done. So now you no longer have to go and do that yourself, so that's a little helpful. And I was reminded of one of the things they had to remove because of the Pokemon lawsuit. Because you can no longer use your pals to glide anywhere. Now you have to make an actual, like, glider. And then the pals that you would have been able to use for gliding are now just like, they just give you a bonus to gliding. This is a real annoying workaround. Thanks, Nintendo. Real great that Japanese courts acknowledged you have...
Weak sauce, man.
Acknowledged you have an exclusive right to make gliding with creatures a mechanic. You do still get to ride them around, so that's an improvement over, like, most Pokemon games they put out these days. That's one of the problems I have with a lot of the recent Pokemon. Like, I think it started in Gen 6, which I actually like, but the removal of HMs has not been good in general. They removed HMs, and now in every game they still have the same capabilities that HMs used to have, except instead of using your own Pokemon that you personally own and captured and like, you have to have, like, some kind of designated summonable HM Pokemon that you unlock at some point that's not actually yours or in your team or anything. And it's literally just there to be a vehicle. Like, thanks Nintendo. I liked riding around on my Charizard, actually. This would be way cooler if I could do it with my Dragonite.
Cat with a mouse says, slaves still exist. Damn.
HM slaves as a concept don't really exist, but now they just give you, like, an HM slave that you can summon at any time. Like with the last generation, they literally gave you a legendary, like, to start off with, but he's not allowed to be part of your team and fight with you. He's literally just there to, like, be a vehicle that gains new modes of transport as you progress through the story. And then at, like, the very end, after you've unlocked all the modes of transportation he has, then you get to add him to your team. He gets to be a real Pokemon. And of course, in Gen 6 and 7, I believe, they had the ride Pokemon. So instead of having like a specific Pokemon, you just unlock the ride Pokemon, where you could call it, and it was like some rentable Pokemon that you just got whenever you needed to traverse some kind of specific terrain. And then it would go away, and you just summon it again when you need to do it again. And Legends Arceus basically did the same thing. And that's probably what they're gonna do with the Z-Day thing too. Haven't seen any confirmations, but I think if they were bringing back HMs...
Pinocchio growing up motif? Kinda lame, for a legendary anyway.
Yeah. It just doesn't feel the same when it's not your personal Pokemon that you own and actually have had battles with and all that. And that is why Crytures have features. Which are our replacement for HMs. And they don't even take up a move slot. Imagine that. You could have fixed the entire problem with HMs just by doing that.
Says.
Patty, how's it going?
Had I Sparlore Games says. Geronimo.
We were just talking about how removing HMs from Pokemon was a horrible idea.
What is you up?
That's what's up. We're talking about HMs and taking them out of Pokemon. I hate it. They still have all the same things, but you don't get to use your own Pokemon. It's really annoying.
Cat with a mouse says. Not enough Geronimo.
Let's see, how do we fix this?
Had I Sparlore Games says. I just went down the rabbit hole of Nuzlocke lore last night.
Oh no. I personally never see the appeal of doing Nuzlocks.
Had I Sparlore Games says. What a concept. It's like hardcore old school RPGs with henchmen. Cat with a mouse says. Won't catch me doing a Nuzlocke. Orangeration Aliup says. Cheap viewers on streambo.com. Remove
cheap
the space.
Viewers.
TFAP92I1.
Thank you, Orange Generation Leap. Goodbye. You are the weakest link.
Cat with a mouse says. on.
Okay, what is this here? Why is there a dot? Get rid of that. Alright.
Had I Sparlore Games says. I almost want to do a Nuzlocke though. But the only poke game I own is Legends of Arceus these days. Cat with a mouse says.
Nuzlocke would be a lot
we
more...
don't want no pee nipples. Had I
a lot more appealing if the game was actually designed for it. No, the bot was on Twitch. Twitch always has a bot that comes in randomly, offering me the best viewers on streamboo.com. Doesn't matter how many times you ban them, there's always a new one. Almost kind of pointless, to be honest. The least they could do is follow me. I think Twitch has been doing some garbage with its viewership lately too.
Sparlore Games says, I was on a stream as a guest earlier. He was multi-streaming to Kick. All his Kick chatters were bots.
That sounds about right. I've tried Kick a few times, even recently. I don't think I even got bots. Like, Kick is literally just silent whenever I go on there. So yeah, I stopped streaming there and went back to putting it up on Twitter. Because I understand Twitter a little better than everything else. I've been looking into some of the mechanics of Twitter that is going on now. Apparently, if you pin a tweet, it will try to put that tweet into the feed of every follower that you have over the course of the next 2 days. And that seems to be working out. The views on my tweets are actually getting bigger when I pin them like that. Because one of the problems with Twitter is that it doesn't really freaking show your tweets to everybody because most people use the algorithmic feed. That's one little way to circumvent that.
Had I Sparlore Games says, good to know. I have a merch line that's about to expire.
Is this your White Dwarf summer stuff? Summer is about over, isn't it?
Had I Sparlore Games says, I need to make a new pinned post.
Yeah, I've just been pinning a new post like every day or two now. Also, if you're a subscriber, it has like whole analytics and shit for your tweets now, which I did not realize was a thing. But yeah, you can see all kinds of info on that. Like, let's see.
Had I Sparlore Games says, it is my White Dwarf summer merch line. I'm also doing a Monster Jam right now.
Yeah, I saw that. Let's see. My audience is most active on Wednesday from 10 p.m. or 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. it looks like on Twitter. Also on Friday, which sucks because I can't always stream on Friday or do things very much on Friday.
Had I Sparlore Games says, I do not recommend boosting a tweet though. I've had more luck with super chats with my fave streamers than boosting on X.
Yeah, built-in advertising things are kind of often a double-edged sword. You gotta be really careful with them to get any use out of them whatsoever. This guy Needs some shine in his eyes.
Cat with a mouse says, it's still Twitter. X means nothing.
It is still Twitter. Oh, sometimes I call it Twixter. Real awful rebrand, to be honest. X. Ah yes, I'm on X. Elon's got an awful sense of aesthetics.
Zitter.
Zitter.
Had I Sparlore Games says, X is less letters. Cat with a mouse says, Twixter sounds like you're drunk and saying failing to say Twizzler.
Well, that kind of sums up Twitter. If you're not tweeting like you're drunk, are you getting any engagement at all? Alright, I think this boy's done. I really just need to block entire countries off of Twitter at this point. Getting real tired of some of these people. I'm a big fan of letting us choose which nationalities we get to see at this point. Let's see. Next up, we gotta work on the Sallow King. Where is he at? Oh, right.
Had I Sparlore Games says, you going to submit a play report of Crytures to White Shark Mag for the winter issue?
Bro, I'm not even sure what to do with a play report. I'm not really up to speed on the whole zine scene for tabletop things. Alright, there's the wine art. Uh-oh, it's resized. Okay, there we go.
Patty's Parlor says, what? Just type up who your characters are and what they did during a session. Basically make a manuscript of the solo sessions you're already recording. Festiva says,
bro, I haven't recorded a solo session in
your
a while.
Location right now to fin on tax that shit and mog you of that rizzly. Patty's Parlor says, and include your Crytures art. Patty's
Hello,
Parlor
Festiva.
says, I loved your ad in the last issue.
We are dodging the Nintendo tax right now. We're lavishing praise on Pow World and talking about how Nintendo does everything wrong. They don't want to see this stream.
That looks ready to plap.
It does not. You are lying. Oh yeah, Patty, I did start working on a script for an actual ad for Crytures, but I have yet to record it. I kind of wanted to get more animations made up so I could
with a mouse says,
fill it all in.
Screw your Rizzly Festiva. We getting all crunk up in this chat. Patty's Parlor says, Nuzlocke pal word. Festiva says, don't tell me it want F.
Palworld would probably be
Festiva says,
more,
don't tell me it can't give a killer BJ.
more amenable to Nuzlocke than Pokemon.
Patty's Parlor says, Nuzpal. Palic. Nuzpalic World.
We gotta find a good color for this guy, though. Let's see.
Cat with a Mouse says, pretty sure this god doesn't have a mouth.
Whoops. Alright. Maybe a little more greenish would be good. I don't know, he might have a mouth in there
Festiva
somewhere.
says, any hole a goal.
Okay. Ew, that's too saturated.
Cat with a Mouse says, I see shades of yellows, purples, and grays as a color scheme.
Let's see.
Patty's Parlor says, all creatures love is platonic sirs. Patty's Parlor says, do not redeem.
What are you doing? Let's see, where's the Verdant King at? We gotta get ourselves a reference for his antithesis here. Let's make it more pale. Yeah, that looks nice and decaying.
Cat with a Mouse says, Festiva.
Maybe just straight up yellow for the hands.
Cat with a Mouse says, Iredeem Waluigi. Festiva says, listen, top tier air does things to you after a while.
Alright, Cat, it's exclamation mark redeem.
Cat with a Mouse says,
There you go.
whoops.
Exclamation mark. I'm not sold on the yellow for the tentacle things.
Festiva says, I love spam rams.
I don't know if I even want to ask what
Festiva
that
says,
is.
spam rams are fun to avoid.
Okay, I won't ask. Let's see. Maybe something more pale like so. Whoops, I clicked on the wrong place. At least it was the right layer this time. That's better. Although it does, by contrast, make his
Festiva
normal
says,
color look more
I missed the
green.
before times, before we had F-14s dumping pythons at the beginning of the match and then not being able to dogfight at all.
I don't know what you're talking about, man. Do you speak the English?
Festiva says, "It's my mental illness and I get to choose the coping mechanism."
Okay, but that still doesn't tell me what you're talking about. Usually it's Toho or some shit, but I don't think this is Toho this time.
Cat with a Mouse says, "He's talking about fighter jets dropping missiles on people." Festiva says, "I love my R77s pitbulling onto my teammates when I have hard radar lock on the fucking freakoid."
Alright, I'm gonna go out on a limb and guess that you're talking about Battlefield. That's a thing people have been talking about, the new Battlefield game. All I know about that is they made it so movement spammer psychos can't do their bullshit anymore, and they're really salty about that, which is really funny. Because I hate that style of play in shooters. Big reason why I don't play shooters anymore.
Festiva says, "That is a good change. Everyone crying about it is Cope Lutenst battle bit."
Hell yeah. Always nice to see when obnoxious people are crying about a change. That's how you know you made a good change. Unfortunately, it's also an EA game. And why the hell would I give EA money?
Adam says, "What the lore for this beside Verdant King, but evil?" Festiva
Oh,
says,
we're working on the lore.
"Now I want my BattleBit sniper nerfs reversed."
We're working on the lore. It is developing. Slowly. But I have not fleshed it out fully yet. He is going to have something to do with the downfall of the Sylvan Empire
Cat with a Mouse says,
in the past.
"Star Wars games deserve our money. EA's been okay with them so far."
Star Wars games? I don't know about that. I can't remember the last time I spent money on something Star Wars, to be honest.
Festiva says, "Anyway, I am talking War Thunder."
War Thunder. Okay. Yep, you did say mental illness. Has there been any new leaks? That's about the only thing I know about War Thunder, is that people keep leaking government documents.
Festiva says. Ish.
Ish. Which is more mental illness? Is it War Thunder,
Adam
World
says,
of Tanks,
is
World
this
of
like a clone
Warships?
or reanimated essence of the Verdant King?
That's a good question.
Festiva says,
It's probably gonna have to do.
last one I remember was a Harrier leak. They was because the leak thought the docs he had was already declassified.
I think the Sallow King is gonna have something to do with like, or the creation of him rather. Is probably going to
Festiva
be.
says, which would make sense. The Harrier is going to retire with the Marines this year.
It's probably going to be something like he's created from like the place where the Verdant King spawns. Because mythic creatures aren't invincible, but if they ever get defeated, they end up respawning at a later time. So the lore for the creation of this guy is probably going to have to do with somebody going to the source of the Verdant King and doing some kind of thing. That leads to the creation of the Sallow King.
Cat with a Mouse says, the greatest good and the worst evil spawning from the same place. Good plot twist.
No, the Verdant King is not something I would describe as the greatest good. In fact, no mythic creatures are. They are forces of nature.
Festiva says. Anyway, the F-22 and Su-57 have been revealed in game files / planned, so I can't wait for the CIA to walk in and trash Gaijin's offices soon. Cat with a Mouse says. Evergrade is streaming right now. Any messages you want me to send to him?
Tell Evergrade, have a nice day, I guess.
Through the mist, the path is set. A conjurer's oath, no chance to regret. Vivid veil where the shadows gleam. Under the rule of a fairy's dream. Verdant King,
Let's see. I really want these shadows to actually be... Probably leave those tentacles in shadow. This one specifically, can be a little bit in the light, I guess. Oh, and the whole hand. The whole hand.
Adam says, do they have a twisted sense of morality like the archfey of D&D, or are they more like manifestations of the land like elementals or nature spirits? Evergreater says,
They're more like elementals.
came here to thank you for sending mouse to wish me a nice day. You have a good stream too, Dice.
Thanks, Evergrade. Glad you're having a good time. We're talking about War Thunder or some shit. I still need to know which of the military vehicle
says,
games is the most
Evergrade. Patty's Parlor says,
the most mentally
love
ill.
you, man.
I need to know this. My dad plays World of Tanks. Is he cooked?
Evergrader says, thanks Patty, hope you're doing well. Festiva says, War Thunder.
War Thunder?
Link says,
Okay.
I've received 100 messages today with Rest Ream chat. Cat with a mouse says, aren't all war games mentally ill? Festiva says, we don't touch navel. Festiva says, at all.
Not even if the boats are represented by cute anime girls? Surely that's acceptable, right? I say as a former Azur Lane player.
Adam says, a blending between the shadow of the hood and the pitch black shade covering the face would look nice. Festiva says, so War Thunder has no health. It has taken out the crew, causing the fuel to explode, and causing ammo to explode. Festiva says,
That
usually
does sound
it is
pretty
taking out
mentally
crew
ill.
or ammo. Festiva says, fuel tends to take out crew. Cat with a mouse says, not a fan of that big of a bloodbath. Festiva says, now take this to naval, ships with so many crew members. The crews in naval will stop what they are doing to repair the ship.
That sounds like it needs a lot of micromanagement from the player in that case.
Festiva says, this means, when something explodes, your guns might just casually stop shooting, or even worse, the crew can't decide if they want to man guns or fix the damn boat.
Every management game ever. Seen plenty of that playing Power World last night. Oh, you want to make ammo for your gun?
Says,
okay, I'll do that. Oh wait, now there's
both.
something. Now I need to go mine something. Or oh wait, I'm hungry. Now I'm gonna stop what I'm doing and do something else. Freaking pals. They can't decide.
Festiva says, I think in a new update they made the idea better.
For Pal World or for your vehicle games? I was just playing Pal World, and I was having that problem.
Festiva says. But War Thunder is not a management game. At most in naval, you can order your smaller guns to focus planes or other bores. Festiva says. Boats.
Boats. Wouldn't be able to make a creatures management game because of how the creature mechanics work. Thinking about it. Can't just have all your creatures summoned at the same time. Which, by the way, is a deliberate thing. I don't want the world to revolve around everything being done with creatures. That would be madness.
Festiva says. What makes this worse is that I hear War Thunder Mobile does naval better / as good at World of Warships.
Oh wait, War Thunder has naval too? I thought it was just planes. But I guess planes are often used in naval warfare as well. Probably more so than battleships these days.
Festiva says. I've been describing War Thunder Naval.
Oh, okay. See, I don't know these games. I can't tell what you're talking about.
Festiva says. Planes are much more manageable. Cat with a Mouse says. War Thunder's naval. Transformers kind exposed.
Transformers kind. What? What's Transformers
Cat
got
with
to
a
do
Mouse
with anything?
says,
Y'all are speaking different
I'm getting
languages.
loopy and not checking spelling. Cat with a Mouse says. Kink.
Transformers kink exposed? I still don't know what you're talking about. I don't
Festiva
understand.
says, Kinky.
Do all Transformers then just have a transformation fetish? Is that like their main thing? Is that like normal sexuality for them? They do have female Transformers, right? Yeah, baby, turn into a bus for me.
Cat with a Mouse says. Yes, but don't worry about it. The less you truly understand, the better.
Probably. Most of these things are not made with the intent to look so deeply into them. To put it lightly.
Festiva
Whoops.
says,
This is not the
I
right
like
layer.
air and ground more.
Oh, they have ground combat in War Thunder too? You can tell I do not play these games at all. If it ain't turn-based, I'm out. Unless it's like, I don't know, Power World or any kind of other simulator
says,
game, I guess.
Me when my funny TV guided air-to-ground missile takes out the A-10, he dumped the whole supply of America's flares AMD chaff and didn't maneuver at all.
What a loser. I think we need to up the overlay on the
Patty's
base
Parlor says,
thing.
how do you not like turn-based games?
I don't know. How do you not like turn-based games? It's like, that's how games even started out turn-based, right?
Festiva says, me when the front laser guided missile is a better air-to-air weapon than my IR missiles. Cat with a Mouse says, at least Claire Obscure is bringing back the turn-based combat in good ways.
I suppose. Although, the JRPG style of turn-based combat is definitely not my first pick. But whatever, if it gets normies into turn-based combat and we get more turn-based stuff as a result, it's all good, I guess.
Cat with a Mouse says, you gotta admit, it sounds and looks super pretty though.
That's cool, but I don't really play games purely for aesthetics or audio reasons. I have like 800 hours in Battle Brothers, and if you look at that, you know it's I'm not a graphics guy.
My face when the Wallet Warrior drops all his missiles on my idiot doesn't realize this isn't anime and his radar missiles aren't gonna all follow me.
Wallet Warrior? Is War Thunder pay to win or something? this is probably too green for... Eh, maybe not.
Cat with a mouse says. Sounds like a disparate camper move. Festiva says. Ish.
Ish. Make it a little
Festiva
more
says.
yellow.
It is pay to suffer.
Pay to suffer.
Through the forest dark and grim they tread.
Alright, we gotta change the colors on the face and stuff here. We don't need green outlines for our purpley flower hood. Don't look right. And looking right is pretty much the only thing that matters when you're doing art. Anatomy is correct, but it doesn't look right. Well, then the anatomy is wrong.
Cat with a mouse says. Reds or browns. Evil colors.
Alright, let's see.
Festiva says. Only thing with dropping money on his premium accounts and a talisman for faster grinding.
I see, I see. I think he's looking pretty good, boys. Here, let me scooch this over so you can actually see.
There are a few tanks planes boats to buy that are fun, but it's usually better to wait for an inevitable sale.
Isn't that pretty much always the case? I think that's pretty good. He resembles it, but it's not like a close to a recolor at all or anything like that. We're gonna call him Done Now.
Cat with a mouse says. Twisted mirror versions.
Stuff like this does kind of call into question the cosmology of creatures, which is a topic I kind of try to avoid.
Half the stuff you can buy have a variant you can grind in the standard tech tree, the other half of premiums fall into the prototype military system, something used but really niche, or captured vehicles that we have record were used after capturing.
You have a tech tree in War Thunder? What is that, like, on a account basis? You have to research your own planes to use? War Thunder is a multiplayer. Yeah, you've been talking about multiplayer the entire time. Oh, you know what else? Those hands. Outlines are too green for them. That looks a little better. Alright, let's save it again.
Festiva says. Tech trees are by nation. So the US tech tree for ground has light take line, medium, heavy, tank destroyer, and SPAA, anti-air, lines in their tech trees.
Alright, now what the hell do we do? I mean, look, I think maybe we should design another character or something. Let's have a look at what we've got. You know what we don't have is like a psionics specialist.
Festiva says. They don't all work like this. For example, Germany air tree after a while has two tech trees become East and West Germany for the Cold War era jets. Japan has a tech tree and become a Thailand tech tree within the Japanese tree.
This game sounds way too complicated. I guess that's why you need to have mental illness to play it, huh?
Israel used to be part of the American Tech 3 before getting enough vehicles to justify being its own tech tree. Festiva says. It's surprisingly intuitive.
Okie dokie. I've been needing to get a lot more tech points in Pal World. You actually gotta go around and explore the whole place to get all your tech points. Right now I need the thing it's got me to do in the next upgrade for my bases and shit is to build a weapon assembly line, and that's like several steps of technology past the last goal, which was creating a PAL sphere assembly line, which I just got last night.
Canada sometimes gets split between US and UK trees, leaning toward the UK, but the US gets 1 or 2 for what will fill out their tree.
Canada's not even recognized as a country. Fitting. Let's see. Real question is, what kind of people group should she be? Should our psionic specialists come from? Perhaps the Rushmen, but I just drew one of them.
Festiva says. India usually falls under the UK. Brazil is split between Russia/USSR and Italy. Don't ask me why.
That's cool. I just got a handgun last night on PAL World. Was working on getting a steady supply of sulfur for my gunpowder, so I could actually have some bullets to keep it fed. I think I'm kind of behind on the weapons. Let's see.
Cat with a mouse
We'll
says.
go with the Rushman anyways.
Kinda obvious guess, but how about an evil cult that doesn't give birth to babies? They grow them from Crytures essence. Festiva says. Cool, headshot some cats.
An evil cult that doesn't give birth to babies. I don't know, that sounds a little more, I feel like that's not how it should work. That's kind of putting too much emphasis on the humans if you're giving them like weird powers and shit. We gotta keep our humans relatively mundane in our monster collecting thing. That's why, like,
Cat with a
all
mouse
of
says,
the
like I said,
magic stuff.
pain can make your mind go into weird spaces.
Like, all the whole magic system of Creatures is based around like using objects as a focus for like affecting the world with magic. Alright, head. In fact, that's another script I have made up, is the magic of Creatures, that I haven't turned into an actual video yet. I think it's basically done as far as the script goes. It's just, I need to actually sit down and record it and
Cat with a
edit
mouse
it
says,
and all that.
Ed, did I hear someone call my name?
Not that kind of Ed. Edit. Edit. That's the wrong kind of Ed. Oh. You know what? Let's move them over, Ted. Alright. Kinda got like a general concept of what this chick's gonna look like, but gotta work out the details. I know I want to give her like a hooded cloak. And she's gonna have an orb. Because obviously. And her body is turning out way too large. And probably too thick. All right. Could go a little bit bigger there. This might be a little difficult to draw. With the hands in this position. We're gonna try it. Too bad Ponyboy's not here to give me feedback and tell me it needs to be a tomboy. Freaking knees. Be correct. That's definitely not correct. Alright. That's pretty good to start with. That's a good base. Now we can start throwing clothes on. Probably going to want a drawer without the hood too, so we can see what's going on with all the hair. You know what? She needs a chest. Otherwise, we don't know how to conform the rest of the clothes. And that needs to be drooping down a little more. That just doesn't look right. All right. That is basically what we're going for here. You know what? We should pick like a specific creature. To kind of theme her around. Should I just go straight up with Psykit since that's like the standard one? Or we could use Noctilus. He's already kind of in that space. Aesthetically. Let's get some of this stuff out of the way so we can get a better look at what it's doing. Go for... Oh, wrong layer. I did the thing. Took me a while, but I did the thing. I'm an artist on the internet. Alright, this means we're gonna have to adjust the hood. Now we gotta actually put like the main part of her clothes on. So let's look for some inspiration. Let's try Fantasy Mystic. We might have to go to Google to find good references. And it might be basically the same thing. Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, is that what I'm asking for? No. Not at all, actually. Not a whole lot coming through, really. That's all that great. Mostly getting like gypsies and shit. Gypsies and shaman chicks. Not really what I'm looking for. Alright, let's just start throwing some shit on and see what happens.
Cat with a Mouse says, I imagine these evil cultists with weird accessories like corn husk knives and rotten tree axes.
Sins are claimed. The work of man, their pride, their
But you have a faction that could be considered a cult that I have not fully fleshed out yet because it doesn't fit into the Vivid Veil. In fact, let's talk about that for a bit. I think it's been a while since I talked about these guys. Excuse me. These guys are like the Team Rocket of the capital region. This is the Black Pawns. They're kind of like a thieves guild. And there's their agent creatures because their leader has a mythic creature too. So these guys won't end up being used in the first release, but I'm gonna keep them in the back for when I get to this area. Don't have a whole lot written up on those because I've been focusing on everything else in the game. Gotta get the Vivid Veil fully fleshed out before we go into other regions. You know what? There's something not right with her legs.
Cat with a Mouse says, more mud for Ed to swim through and trees to climb / fall out of.
We're gonna give her some nice knee-high boots here. Yeah, that looks better. Gotta get the shape in here correct. Let's get some reference on this. Hmm. Okay, okay. Maybe we do something like this. Probably should make the foot facing forward a little more. Let's see if I can do this without screwing it up. Hate feet. Yeah, that looks about right. I surprise myself sometimes. Too bad I can't draw an actual curve to save my life. It'd be easier if I use smaller brushes though. So far, the boots are the most detailed part of the character.
Cat with a Mouse says. Strange. Because in D&D monster art, the feet are usually the least detailed bits.
See, I'm thinking we need to shorten the back part here. Oh yeah. Almost forgot this whole garbage. I'm gonna have to actually detail the hands at some point.
Says the owling says. Good evening.
Zez, how's it going? Working on a new character design here. I need some conjurers that are specialized in the psionic type. So we're drawing some kind of mystical wizard looking girl. We got the other things done earlier. I got the Sallow King here. And his henchman.
Says the owling says. I'm doing well. Thanks for asking.
I'm thinking she needs a big old amulet here. Since, as we were saying before, magic in Crytures is performed.
Looking fire.
Magic is performed by the use of magic tools. This will be one of her spellcasting focuses. Who knows what it does right now, but that's a question for later. Let's move this a little bit this way. All right. I'm gonna have to come up with some kind of design for it, so it's not just a round thingamajig.
Says the Owling says. It would be cool if the emulate was almost a character in if itself, like a sentient thing or something.
I don't want to get too big on things like sentient items, because I feel like that will take away from the whole monster collecting part of the game. Alright, there's where that layer is. You know what, since Psykit is kind of the main psionic creature, let's kind of make it cat-like.
Cat with a mouse says. My baby's image cannot be used for evil.
Who said anything about evil? You're the one going on about evil cultists and stuff. I didn't say anything about that. Alright. That gives a little more character to the design. That's not wrapped up in the shoes. And we'll give her some long gloves. You know what? The legs are still kind of bugging me. Let's slim down this side here. We'll add some kind of trim to her cloak. You know, I didn't intend it when I started drawing the trim, but Now it kind of looks like cat ears on the hood. And I suppose that's thematically appropriate. Let's see, where is that? There it is. That's the layer I need. Gotta be more careful with my erasers. Patron might have a hard time telling what my lines are supposed to represent sometimes on this one, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Festiva says. Peener.
Festiva, what the hell are you doing on Twixter? And no Peenors here, this is a lady.
Festiva says. I deny all allegations.
But we have yet to allege anything. Alright. I think we basically got the outfit done. We just need to put a face on her. Put the hood down so we can see her hair. And we should be good to go. Important detail right there.
Through the Conjurers unite, we're well aware. In the heart of them all lies grim despair. Eldritch fear makes us all beware. Mystic runes glow in the midnight air. We chant our spells with fiery flare. Echoes of darkness all around. In the abyss, our courage is found. Light the torches, we'll find our way. No evil force will make us sway. Together we rise against the fray. In deep Ma's belly, we hold our ray.
Trying to give her eyes that are kind of drooping down towards the outside.
Silent whispers from the ancient past. Haunted souls in the shadows cast. We hold fast to magic unsurpassed. Our sorcery summoned ever fast. Eerie winds howl like banshees cry. Spirits linger.
Okay, I thought that was too far out from the center, but it looks like we need to move it a little more.
So high, through the darkness we'll defy. Chalice raised with sacred
So she's looking towards the viewer.
banish all beyond our sight. In unity we fight the blight, guardians of the endless night.
Alright, let's get rid of this guideline. I think it's outlived its usefulness.
Cat with a mouse says. Cat lady face to match her pendant.
Yes. She will be the crazy cat lady of Crytures. Alright, now let's take all this. Let's stick that in a folder. I'll copy the entire thing and draw her with the hood down. Let's see, where is the hood? There is the hood. Most of the hood. And fortunately, I drew the hood and the bangs on the same layer. That's annoying. Alright, that was a lot less trouble than I expected.
Cat with a mouse says, starting to lose focus on enjoying the art process. See y'all next time.
Alright, we'll see you around. We're about done with this chick anyways.
Evergrade Artistry says, has rated this stream.
Evergrade! Thanks for the raid, but damn it, I'm about to end. Welcome, Evergraders. Let's see. There we go.
Evergrader says, howdy dice, what's good tonight? Just got done drawing some fan art tonight. Simple work, but satisfying, especially since I'm pretty wiped.
Same, man, same. Thanks for the raid. We are about wrapping up here though, so Raiders don't get to stay long, unfortunately. We just got... not that guy. This guy drawn up at the beginning of the stream. Then we got this guy finished up. The Sallow King. Evil counterpart to the Verdant King, who, as we established earlier, is not actually good, but pure and natural, as opposed to him, the aberrant mirror. And I still had a bunch of time left on my stream, so I decided to start drawing a new character. That's what this chick is. We needed a psionic creature-based conjurer. And this is who we came up with.
Evergrader, it says. Like a flower vs a weed.
Maybe. More like a flower versus a withered, deranged flower. But yeah, we're about to save this. I'm not sure what to name this chick, unfortunately. So we're just gonna have to give her a placeholder name, I guess. Actually, I should probably take Psykit off of there, so Patron doesn't have that in the way. Let's trim this canvas down a little bit.
Ponyboy Horse says. Dice bag fact, Dice bag microwaves his pizza rolls even when he doesn't have to.
Hello, Ponyboy. And actual Dice bag fact, Dice bag has an air fryer that he uses for his pizza rolls. I vote for her name
to be Cat, as a very subtle reference to Psykit.
Cat? I don't know, man. I think the Psykit references might be not so subtle already. What do you think, Ponyboy?
Ponyboy Horse says. Let's cut that ponytail and make the hair truly short.
Cut the ponytail, he says. Of course he says cut the ponytail. It's pretty short already. It's like not even shoulder length. This boy is getting greedy. Let's see, you know what? Let's get babynames.com up. The go-to source for naming characters.
Ponyboy Horse says. I want to do combat but only attack her ponytail with / damaging weapons. Evergrader, it says. Not subtle. You gotta be Psykitten me also. Ignore TBE. He doesn't count girls as tomboys if their hair's long.
I'm familiar with Ponyboy's tastes. I.e., men with boobs.
Ponyboy Horse says. Evergrade is cringe and banned.
Let's see, where can we... Where's the meaning search on this name?
Ponyboy Horse says.
Unique names for girls.
I like base tomboys and muscle mommies. Evergrader, it says. Know you.
Names by origin. Baby names, search baby names, unique baby names, Search by name meaning. Okay, there it is.
Ponyboy Horse
Let's
says,
see.
Evergrade fact, Evergrade's Spotify playlist is 80% Beyonce.
Are you gonna take that Evergrade? Ooh, I know. How about Catherine? That's more subtle. Let's go with that, at least for now. Maybe I'll change my mind later, but as usual, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Evergrader says, Ponyboy fact, Ponyboy is so cringe, he assumes I subscribe to Spotify.
That's pretty cringe, Ponyboy. Not gonna lie. Only the cringest subscribe to Spotify.
Ponyboy Horse says, I am not cringe, I am based and red-pilled.
Based people yearn for the days of Google Play where you could actually buy individual songs. Hate to break it to you. Let's see, is there anybody that's worth raiding? Since I just got a raid. What's with this
Ponyboy
filter?
Horse says, Virgin Spotify vs Chad LimeWire. Evergrader says, I usually listen to music from YouTube. I should make a playlist one of these days.
Me too. Especially with ad block. The only way to consume digital music without piracy. Let's see, Tooliz is hanging around. Is she on Rumble? I don't see her on Rumble.
Evergrader says, dude, watching Twitch streams drives me up a wall because of the ads, though those are pretty bad.
Yeah, no, Twitch streams are absolutely obnoxious. Getting interrupted with ads while the stream is actually going on and things are being said. Probably the worst feeling.
Ponyboy Horse says Evergrade with ads on his stream. Any explanation
Yeah.
for that?
Mr. Evergrade got his affiliate. What hypocrisy. Alright. Tooliz does not seem to be live on Rumble, so I'm just gonna send our Twitchers over there. Alright, so anyways, let's wrap it up on this end.
Evergrader says. TBH, I forgot about those. I may turn them off.
Oh, you don't want your 5 cents of ad revenue yearly? Alright. Leslie, Liz is playing Luigi's Mansion 2. Alright. Cool. Alright, so thanks for hanging out, guys. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for the raid, Evergrade. Thanks to all the lurkers. We're gonna call it quits here. Bye!
Ponyboy Horse says. Don't forget to thank me too. Evergrader says. GN.